Think the place is haunted?
I'd say we have enough evidence to say there's a lot of paranormal activity that goes on behind these walls.
I agree.
Fort Delaware was built on the eve of the American Civil War. It was a way to protect the city of Philadelphia from any enemies that might want to sail up the river and attack. But its really important use was as a holding facility for captured Confederates, people who had been captured at battles like Gettysburg and Vicksburg. At the height of its role as a prisoner of war camp, Fort Delaware had 12,500 prisoners here. Throughout the war, 33,000 men were incarcerated here at Fort Delaware. Of those, between 2,400 and 2,500 passed away. Is Fort Delaware haunted? We get that question a lot from our visitors. Fort Delaware State Park doesn't have an official stance. We usually just tell people to come out and decide for themselves.
My name's Andy Lendway.
And I'm Kyle Hurst.
We are members of Diamond State Ghost Investigators.
And we provide the paranormal tours here during the month of October. We are currently in the Battery Torbert area,
where we have had a name being recorded when asked. What sounds like a cannon being pushed across the floor. There's nobody upstairs, there's no way to get up there. Into a room down here, we've seen a figure of a man moving back and forth, where the night before other investigators had seen him looking out of the room, went in there and didn't find anybody.
So this is one of the favorite rooms of Battery Torbert. In this room, several groups have actually seen a full figure shadow.
My experience in here is with the full figure, standing right here, moving back and forth. He would disappear, come back. 7 people in this room all saw it, and reports of the same guy looking out of this room the night before.
So the ironing board, there's been several reports that this is tipped over on itself. I personally have witnessed this happen. The clothes over here in the corner, they tend to blow in a wind that's not there. There's no draft in this room. We make sure the windows are shut. The window tends to tap on its own. I've had it respond when I've asked it to tap on the window. The lantern up top, people take pictures up here and you'll see a cloud-like mist. No one can explain it. Lots of people have taken the picture and gotten the same results.
Some of the claims in the kitchen here have been, people have seen a woman standing by the stove here.
Now, supposedly this woman doesn't like men in the kitchen, specifically in the pantry. Now, the story of this room goes that the old lady that used to run the kitchen used to not like having men in the pantry. So we encourage visitors to come in and just shut the door behind them and just stay here in the dark, where you can get K2 hits or you can hear things move around in here. In this room, we have reports of the rocking horse moving back and forth on its own. We've also had reports of the outline of a body, a small child's body in the bed when we know no one was laying in the bed.
In this particular room, a woman we know was staying overnight, heard someone walking up the stairs, came out in the hall to see who it was. There was no one here. She came back in and her sleeping bag had been thrown across the room.